Santa Barbara Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready and runway 7 straight on departure. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared for takeoff runway 7 departing straight out approved.
Alright, so
takeoff runway 7 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I'm running this for my friend Matt, who wants to see his home airport in MS Flight Simulator 2020. This is Santa Barbara, so rolling out to the runway. Matt, I'm at medium settings in GTX 970. So you can see the trees back there are distorted somewhat. Again, to imagine it in ultra settings, a different experience, but I get my best performance in medium. So this gives you a flavor for what you'll see. Just what you would see is in higher quality. So you want to keep that in mind the whole way. But other than that, you will see buildings where there are buildings. The models are generic though, so you won't see the buildings like they look exactly when you're at the airfield, but you will see buildings in those exact places. They just use generic models on them. I'm not flying published anything, so I'm just going to go up and fly a pattern and do a circuit to just kind of give you, again, to show you what this is all about here. So I'm going to take my parking brake off, and about to kill my engine. For some reason, sometimes my engine dies when I take my parking brake off. I don't know what that's about. Luckily, it starts up. It's okay. I've got my flaps set for takeoff. This is the real-time weather and time of day at Santa Barbara. So this is how it should look in real life. I'm taking off runway 6. And flying to Cessna 150, I think at 152. Cool. I'm going to get my right airspeed. Pulling back, and I'm off the ground. It's a good climb rate. I'm going to get it's a little high actually. I'm going to take off my flaps. But so here's the airfield you're familiar with. I'm drifting. I'm no longer flying, heading runway 6. I'm flying due east. This is what it should look like in Santa Barbara at this time of day. What is it, local time? It is coming up on 4 o'clock p.m. This is the cloud cover you should see. These are the building placements you see. I know from my own home airport that these buildings are way generic. But again, placement of everything should be as you see it on the ground. The buildings that are off the airport, those should be designed in by satellite and drawn in by satellite and three-dimensional aerial photography. So again, this is what you should see for your home airport. I'm going to try not to turn my head too quickly. And I think from what I've seen on your videos, it looks like you're normally coming in the other way. But I'm gonna bank. Start making my turn for to stay in the pattern. Airport's back that way. Crosswind leg. Flying out towards the mountains. I'm going to stop climbing at 2,000. Pitch to go left here. Losing a little bit of altitude there. I think I could stop climbing. I never set my altimeter. My barometer. So there's the airfield on our right. I'm going to come back a little bit on the throttle here. I'm going to come back to 21. Again, I got my sensitivity straight here. I don't even know the ATC. I don't have my ATC buttons, you know, assigned. So I'm not even calling ATC. I'm not going through any of that stuff. Again, this is just a visual showcase of the airport in 2020. And again, this is medium setting. So, you know, this is about halfway there, graphically speaking. In ultra settings, all of those buildings are going to have 3-dimension to them. You're going to see a lot more fine detail on the trees and on other objects in the ground. But this should be an accurate satellite representation of what you see at Santa Barbara. And I'm pinching into too much on this. I'm going to start my descent. Drop this to 1800. Put my flaps on. Whoop. Keep my nose up so I can put my flaps on. There we go. Get to about 80. There we are. Now I can start my turn. Give her another 10 degrees. Oh boy, I'm way high. So I'm gonna let the nose dip way down. Actually, I'm gonna do the sharp turn to drop some serious altitude. I'm gonna cut throttle. I am coming in way high, but anyway, this should be what you see, just coming in at a much more realistic angle. I'm going to put full flap on here. And I'm going to land about halfway down the runway. So I guess from this angle, we get a little steeper decline. You can get a better view of the airport coming in. Here's some of the buildings that you see as you're making your way in. I don't know what that one is with the rounded atrium. Passing the map. This is going to be like a dive bomb. Alright, I really caught that one. I'm gonna take a left at this first exit. Even though it doesn't look like I'm supposed to. Right? Is this... I just want to show you what these buildings look like over here. Here's the general aviation area. I don't want to hit this truck, but I will. Came to a stop at least. Yeah, so again, you see these buildings here are just like boxes. You know, I'm sure that's not what they look like on the ground, but that's kind of where you're at there. All right, so now you had one other request. I'm going to the main menu. You had, what's the other one here? KIZA. All right, let's try KIZA. Santa Ynez. Same thing. I'm just going to do a quick loop around. This will give you a flavor. And again, you got to imagine it at ultra settings. You're going to see, you're going to see the same stuff in much higher detail, much greater fidelity. So you have to kind of imagine away the boxy trees and such. And then imagine using actual flight procedures.
Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 8 ready for takeoff, departing straight out.
Like there, you wouldn't have such pixelated textures of the runway.
Sierra, cleared for takeoff, runway 8 departing
And
straight
ultra
out,
settings.
approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 8 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
And that's not really what I sound like. So there you got the, information as provided there. I'm gonna set my altimeter. And presumably this is what you see from Santa Ynez. As I taxi into position. Okay, gonna turn off my brakes, which should kill my engine. And we are again heading 90, it looks like. Runway 9. Which is funny, I got a crosswind. Whoa. Let's get off the ground here. It's a little challenging. Is this where I think you were? This looks like where you were flying your flat spins out. When I saw you the other day. I've never seen this area, so I'm just trying to get a look. To show you the surroundings. I recognize this from your video. I'm gonna go ahead and turn already and pull my flaps up. Go. Now heading west, there's the airfield. Trying to roll out of it here. Pull myself back a little bit. Trim back a little bit. Pull back to 2100, I think. I don't want to be as high up as I was there last time. Again, yeah, not familiar with the area. So it looks like the town is mostly west of the airfield. Some sort of convention center or hotel there. Just a moment. Trying to take a look around. It's like medium-sized houses, which would probably cost way too much because you live in California. Probably a high school. The football field and baseball field. I don't know if you can see the markings on the high school. Looks like they might have their logo on it. Again, I'm at global medium settings. I'm going to whip this thing around. I'm going to pull back to 18. I'm going to put my flaps back out. And I'm going to try to get down here and I go, whoa, that's too much descent. I want to descend, but I don't want to sink like I did in the other one. Alright. Keep my airspeed up a little bit. off because I didn't really fly. I didn't fly a crosswind or anything like that. Full landing flaps. You can see the sun's coming out a little bit. And the weather is a little bit different than it is in Santa Barbara. So yeah, when you're landing west, you're coming in over this building. This is my ground shadow. I gotta reach over with my right hand to do my throttle. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, and you can see the pixelation. That's, you're not going to have that in ultra settings. It's going to draw out much better, much sooner. Jeez, jeez, holy cats! This thing is really pulling to the right. I don't know why. I don't know what's with this crosswind and everything. Pull my flaps back out. That's an ugly landing. You wouldn't want to be in the plane for that. Yeah, if I let go, this thing is turning towards the wind. There's got to be another exit for the taxiway over here. Okay. Here we are. And presumably, this is what she looks like from the ground. Somewhat. I don't see any buildings at Inez here. It's just an empty spot there. Okay, there's like a building over that way. Let's park it here next to the King Air. Of course, that's not really a spot. This is a spot right here, right between the two. And there you go, man. Put my brakes back on. That's a truck making that noise. Thought I hit kill the engine. I don't know how to kill the engine. I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.